So these are the printouts that I've asked to have ready for today. You'll notice they look very similar. They all say mystery puzzle, and they all have this box with all these numbers on it and squares, and on the bottom they all have a whole bunch of numbers and colors on it. So it's a little bit confusing. What I need you to do right now is take a look at the top left hand corner. There's a number. This one says 1, and let me just zoom in here. So if you take a look at the sheets you've been given, you want to find the one that says number 1. Not the one that says number 4, but the one that says number 1. So please go find that. And once you've got that, I'm going to read the instructions with you. It says, read the instructions below and color the numbers to uncover, which means find, the mystery image hidden in the number grid. So just like our artist Surratt, they use big squares, or we'll call them dots, of color to make a picture. And you can't really see what the picture is right now, but eventually as we color all these dots in, by looking at the numbers on the bottom and the color they match, we'll eventually see a picture come to life. Okay? So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to notice on the bottom, you need several colors. You're going to need a blue, you're going to need, so we got the blue, whoops, a yellow, we need a green, I'm going to choose a lighter green, a red, and we need a brown. Okay. Now if you don't have markers, you can use pencil crayons too, but I really suggest you use markers because markers tend to be a little bit faster and easier to use because it's quite a lot to color. If you have to use pencil crayons, I'll show you how to do it so that it's a little bit quicker too. Okay? First thing I want you to do right now is we're going to start with blue. And you'll notice that all these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way through to 100, are blue. So I'm going to just circle blue so I know that I'm doing blue right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go number by number. So now just to make it easier for you to see, I'm going to place the numbers further up. You don't have to do this, but just so that you can see both at the same time. Just so that you can see both numbers and the color at the same time. I'm going to add them together for you. Okay, but you don't have to do this. So you'll see it says number 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little line underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11, and then 12A. So that means half of it is blue. You see how 12A is a triangle? It's half the square. So 12A. 19B, I'm going to skip all the way over here now. 19B, right? So it's this triangle here, and then 20, that's blue. 21, and then I'll skip all the way, the next one is 30, all the way over here. And then it says skip all the way to 61. So 61 is all the way over here, so that's blue. 70 over here. 71, that's here, and then all the way over to 80 on this end. 81 over here. 90 over here. 91, so cross that off here. 92A, so here's one of those weird half ones again. So 92A. 99B over here. And 100 over here. Okay, so once you've done that, you can quickly go and color it in. Okay, so you can see the blue has this kind of outline shape here. And now I'm going to move on to yellow, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go through and just kind of just quickly check off all the right ones that are yellow before I go and color them, because it's really easy to make a mistake if you're not careful. Alright, so we did the yellow. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the green and the red, and then finally whatever is left over will be brown. Okay? Okay, so we are finished coloring, and hopefully you can recognize what it is now, actually. If you haven't figured it out, I'm going to write it down for you. It's a hamburger. So what we did is we used squares of color or dots of color, and we kind of just put them all together, and when you see dots of color, they start to form shapes. So this is like the yellow bun on the top and the yellow bun on the bottom, and then these green dots together form, I'm guessing, like the lettuce, and then these dots over here form the, I guess, the hamburger patty, and these red dots here form, I'm guessing, the tomato, possibly, right? And then when you look at it together, you end up getting a hamburger. Right? And if you zoom out far away, like they showed in the video, you'll find that it looks even more like a hamburger. So up close, doesn't really look like much, but if we zoom out, whoa, like that, and we go further and further and further and further and further, there's my hand, and you can see from a distance, you don't see dots of squares of color anymore. You actually see what looks like a hamburger. Okay, now you're going to do the second one on your own this time, and I want you to notice the colors this time. So the colors are a little bit oh, sorry, before I forget, you actually want, this time, puzzle number 4. Number 4. Okay, we're going to be doing 4, and you're going to do this one on your own. And just a little hint, it's another type of food, but right now you can't really tell what it is. It's just white dots, right? And if you look on the bottom, the colors we're going to be using this time, get some more colors. We're going to be using dark green. We're going to be using light green. We're going to be using some yellow and some red. Lots of red, actually. Oh, mostly red. So dark green, light green, yellow, and red. 4 colors this time. Alright? So I'm going to quickly do that now, and you watch. And for the people that don't have markers, I'm just going to show you. You can use, if I go back to this one, you can use Pencil Crayon. You don't have to press really hard like this, because it'll take you a long time. Instead, if you just do it really lightly, it might be hard for you to see. Let me go in a bit closer. So if you just go in really lightly like that to do the blue and all those other colors, although it looks a bit lighter, you can still sort of see it, and that'll be good enough, because otherwise it'll take you way too long to do it with crayons or pencil crayons. Alright, so again, if you have markers, I highly recommend you use markers. If you don't, press really lightly, and that way it won't take you too long. You'll notice as well as I didn't worry too much about getting it perfect, so if it goes out a little bit, that's fine. If there's a little bit of white space left over, that's fine too. Okay?